in from Jammu and Kashmir. 2 soldiers have been martyred in action during a fierce gun battle with terrorists in Anantnag district. A soldier and 2 civilians are also injured. Another encounter, meanwhile, is underway in the Kishtwar district of J&K. Both these counter-terror operations were based on specific intelligence inputs about the presence of terrorists in the area. The gun battle is the second major encounter in Kokernag in the last 1 year. You remember, in September 2023, a commanding officer, a major and a deputy superintendent of police were among the personnel who were martyred during an encounter with terrorists in the Kokernag forest. Meanwhile, the recent surge in terror attacks in the Jammu region, specifically in Kathua and Riyasi as well, where we've seen our armed personnel being martyred, has now sounded an alarm among security agencies. In the past 32 months, 70, including 52 security personnel and 18 civilians have been killed in terror incidents in the Jammu region. Joining me on the broadcast is my colleague Ajay Jandyal with more details. Ajay, take our viewers through what's happening on the ground as far as the counter-terror ops are concerned.
Yes, unfortunately, we have lost 2 army jawans. Those who were, in the leading group of troops. Those who have got input about the presence of these terrorists in the forest area of Kokernag. According to information, yesterday morning, security forces got some specific input that about 3 to 4 terrorists are hiding in the forest area of Kokernag on upper reaches of 1,000 feet. And these terrorists basically were active in the Doda district, and they were trying to relocate themselves toward Anantnag by passing through the Kishtwar, and then they have reached there in the upper reaches. But unfortunately, security forces, when they got this input, they immediately launched a massive search and cordon operation in that area. And during that cordon and the search operation, when the security forces personnel they reached near to the location where terrorists were hiding, they opened fire, and in that intense firing. About 3 to 4 army jawans, they were injured. Immediately, they were shifted to the hospital, but unfortunately, 2 of our brave soldiers, they lost their life and attained martyrdom, while 3 others are injured, and 2 civilians are also injured in this gun battle. They have been shifted to the hospital where treatment is going on. But definitely, it's a painful moment for the family and the nation as well, because we have lost 2 brave soldiers of the Indian Army. But operation still continues because it was a late night. There was the rain as well, and the thick forest area. So operation was halted during the night, but and early in the morning with the very first daylight, operation once again began, and security forces, they are trying to chase these terrorists and neutralize as soon as possible.
All right, Ajay, with that, I would like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing all those details. We also have with us Group Captain UK Devnath, defense expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you for speaking to us on Newsx. Today morning, we're getting to know very, very tragic news, heart-wrenching news coming in from Kishtwar and Anantnag, even as counter-terror operations are underway. For the benefit of our viewers, can you please explain how exactly the terrain contributes and to the challenges that are faced by our security forces on the ground?
Yes, Pia, this area around Kokernag, around Kishtwar, around Anantnag is highly mountainous terrain with very deep jungles. This jungle canopy is of 2 types. One is from ground level till about a height bush, from ground level till a height of say 5 to 6 feet, which hides the movement of these terrorists through the jungles. Similarly, this jungle canopy extends up to a height of 30-40 feet with tall trees. These tall trees, they hinder operations by our drones. When our security forces launch a drone over these hill areas to locate the area in which these terrorists are operating, the jungle canopy obstructs the view from the drone. Another difficulty in this terrain is very, very deep ravines through which security forces have to move. So when an intelligence comes about movement of terrorists, which mostly comes through village defense guards, say SPOs or Bakarwals or the Gujars, when the intelligence comes about movement of these terrorists at higher reaches of the mountains, security forces obviously have to rush up these deep ravines. This gives tremendous amount of advantage to the terrorists because they are looking from top towards bottom of the hill, whereas the security forces have to look from bottom of the hill till towards top of the hill. So terrorists are always hidden behind the jungle canopy or the mountainous rocks, ravines, caves. Another difficulty is these mountains of Pir Panjas, they have natural inbuilt caves. So these terrorists, they take shelter in these caves and are difficult to spot by villagers, by our security forces, and also by drones. But slowly and slowly, the situation is improving. As and when we get intelligence, young officers have been briefed not to rush immediately because there may be a trap also. Sometimes what happens, information will come about presence of terrorists, and young officers being very, very highly motivated, they rush towards that area with their troops. Whereas the terrorists, knowing this particular josh of our young officers, they lay a trap at an opportune moment, opportune location, and open fire on our troops, and then they vanish in the jungles. Yes, Pia?
Indeed.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.